hip-hop legend sitting here actually. I don't even say a hip-hop legend, let's say hip-hop pioneer, innovator. It's the man DMC from Run DMC. So brother, how you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. Really good to be here. It's really good to be here.
So tell me about your experience so far in Milwaukee. How's it going?
Well, Milwaukee is one of my favorite cities. Back in the day, we did major concerts here, so I got people here that I know. Right. Really close with Willie Wade, the alderman. And my whole thing with hip-hop isn't just about show business. And the reason why I come out to events where it's the kids is people think that there's a generation gap with hip-hop, but it's not a generation gap, it's an information gap. Right. See, I come from an era where we were young. The typical rapper was 12 to 22 years old, and we would listen to the elders. We would read books. We would fill ourselves with information, but then we would go share that information. Hello, how you doing? Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
and we would go.
Got DMC fans everywhere.
I know little kids be like, yo man, that walk this way is hot. Yo, that Adidas song. I'm like, what? Yeah. You wasn't even live. But that's what I was saying. People think it's a generation gap, it was an information gap. We were young dudes, 12 to 22 years old. We would listen to the elders, we would read books, we would educate ourselves. Then we would go share that knowledge with each other. Then we would put that knowledge on record. So if I was 16 years old, getting information from the elders, we sharing it with each other, think about the guys 16 and younger. They would receive that information from us at 10, 11, and 12, so by the time they got 16 years old, they were highly advanced.
Yes,
that's why they always ask me, do you think there's anything wrong with hip-hop? It's not what the dudes are saying that's wrong, it's what they ain't saying.
Right. It's
because this isn't an issue with freedom of speech, it's censorship. Because then they'll use that as an excuse. Oh man, you know, censorship, freedom of speech, and this and that. Yeah, but everything that you're rapping about is detrimental to the survival of the younger generation. So when I come here, even if the kids don't know my music, they heard of Run DMC, and they see their mothers, fathers, grandmothers, and grandfathers go crazy. So they figure this guy must have credibility. And it's not like I'm saying, if you don't do this, you're wrong. All I'm doing is sharing at 46 years old, same things I was sharing at 16. So the kids, it's well received to them.
See, y'all hear that? That's 30 years in the game. 30 years this man has contributed his life to educating the youth and making sure this hip-hop culture stay live. And this is DMC.
Well, it's live because you come from the generation.
Man, and I learned from the generation.
And it's like, you know, you got to think of it like this. It's like, you know, when they say, I mean, besides when Jay-Z said, you know, 30's the new 20 or whatever, he's 40-year-old rapping now. But besides somebody saying, are you too old to rap? That's just like asking Bruce Springsteen, oh, you're 55 years old no more, you can't do rock and roll. It's not an age-significant culture. It's a lifestyle. So, you know, me standing here with the microphone off, saying some positive stuff to the kids, they're looking at me like this. And they're like, okay, what he's saying must be working because he's still in. I always tell the kids, I got 3 things going for me. I didn't OD, I'm not in jail, and I'm not dead. So all that experience, is useful to you. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like I'm saying, if you don't do this, you're wrong. If you don't take my advice, you're wrong. I just put the information out there. But hip-hop was always about using the information that was given to you.
Okay. Now, when we're in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which we have, in our Milwaukee public school system, we have 78 schools that are failing. The district is identified for improvement. They call it DIFI status. To these parents, to these children of these students who are failing, not coming to school, what's the message DMC want to give?
Well, the first thing is turn off MTV and BET, for real. Go to the library, pick up books, and outside of school, use school to the best of your ability, but all these kids want to be things. I say, well then take advantage of every opportunity, no matter how small it is. What I mean by that is this. You got a lot of girls and guys, they want to be singers.
That's right.
But why ain't you in the glee club? Oh, so you too cool to be in the glee club?
That's right.
And I tell them, the mall, the movies, and the avenue is always going to be there. I was speaking to a kid today, you got to handle your business. If you want to sing so bad, why ain't you in the choir? Or you two to be in the choir, but if you're singing in the choir, you're working on your craft, you're going to get better at it. And it's like, you know, I tell all the kids, how small it be. You know, if you go to the YMCA, you go to the PAL, any little program, as corny as it may be, can help you succeed at the thing that you want to be. And especially, it's nobody's fault or except you if you don't take advantage of the opportunities. It's just like when you come into camp, like I told the kids earlier, you come into this camp, but don't let what you're doing here this week end when the camp is over.
Right.
See, our thing was, well, hip-hop was based about, okay, ghetto, it's hard in the ghetto. Schools is messed up. KRS-One told me the most powerful thing ever. He said, you know, most people were in a foster care system or one-parent homes. He was like, I was homeless. He said I was sleeping on the subway trains, but he said I knew knowledge was always available to me. He said, I know if I get a library card. He said, I know if I get a library card, and I'm gonna go to the library every day and I'm gonna read. Listen, here's a guy who was homeless. Here's a guy that was homeless. He have nobody, nothing. He was sleeping in shelters. He commands 100,000 to 150,000 speaking at Yale, in Harvard, in university. That's hip hop to me.
That's what's up. That's
taking what is available to you.
Right.
You know, no matter how small it be, and if schools is failing, but don't let the schools that is failing in your neighborhood determine you failing in life. Go to the library.
Go to the library. You heard it from DMC. And while I got you here, I just heard an interesting topic on the radio. They had the brother who made pants on the ground, talking about the young men and some young women walking around with their pants hanging off their behind. How do you see that?
Well, okay, one hand you can look at it as a fashion statement, but on the other hand, hip hop was always about a respectable presentation.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? It was about respectable presentation. When you walk around with your pants hanging down off your butt and you over 3 years old,
right,
it's like you're walking around with a diaper.
You don't have a dirty
on.
diaper.
You're doing a disservice to yourself. And I always say it like this. When you get to a certain age, it's all about your representation and your presentation of yourself. Hip-hop was always based upon a presentable, acceptable presentation, not to impress anybody, but to make yourself stand out in a way that's not ignorant. Ignorant doesn't mean dumb.
Right.
Like when we say, you say to some kids ignorant, they take it disrespectfully. No, ignorant means you're ignoring the facts.
Right.
Yo, that don't look good.
That don't look good at all.
That ain't good with your butt hanging out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And you can't even walk around like that. So.
No, it's good. You can't run.
You can't run.
You know what I'm saying? Can't run. That's real funny.
But we here with DMC, man. Like I said, this is a hip-hop innovator, one of the pioneers. I mean, this is who I grew up off of. This my man right here.